that is hosting. Thank you all for being here. This first session, we really, I want to appreciate our students who are here. We wanted to have a chance in a slightly more informal setting, despite the cameras and the microphones, to have a conversation with some of our leaders about what your experience are as students. What are we doing well to help you go to college, and what can a day like today and leaders who are assembled here do to make that experience better for our students? So I really appreciate you all being willing to share those stories. And why don't we do a quick round of introductions, and then I'd like each of you to just give us a moment about your name, what school you're from, and a little bit of background about either if you're in college, how you got here, or if you're getting ready to go to college, how you made that decision and how we can help. So I'm Kimberly, and I will we'll do the introductions on this side first.
Hi, I'm Don Griffin. I'm the chancellor here at City College. And all right, it's close enough. All right, I follow directions well too. So I'm the chancellor here at City College. I'm really happy to have this session with you because we're always eager to hear what the students say, because ultimately we have to design educational programs to suit students, because that's what we're all about. So great to see you.
I'm Ed Lee, Mayor of San Francisco. I'm a proud graduate of Franklin High School in Seattle, Washington, Bowdoin College in Brunswick, Maine, and then UC Berkeley in Berkeley, California. Thank you.
I'm Steve No. I'm on the Board of Trustees for City College of San Francisco. My wife is a proud Lowell alum and City College alum, and I'm claiming her because I didn't grow up here. Okay. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Richard Carranza. I'm Deputy Superintendent for Instruction, Innovation, Social Justice in San Francisco Unified, and all of you are my boss, because what we do, along with all of our teachers and administrators every day, is make it possible for you to just soar and have a lot of success. So this is really special to get an opportunity to have a conversation with you. Thanks for being here.
Oh, man, he's a taskmaster. All right, hey, guys, my name is Chris Jackson. I'm the Vice President of the Board of Trustees at City College. I'm born and raised in Bayview Hunters Point, and I'm a proud SF State alum. So, when you guys go here, hop over right over 19th Avenue and just go to San Francisco State or anywhere you guys want to go. But it's really great to see you guys, especially you guys know about the budget cuts that are coming down. And this is one of those morale boosters for you guys and for us inside the institution, where we're bringing fresh energy in. We're talking about college, and we're kind of bucking the trends. When people are saying we have to close off access to higher education to college, we're actually opening up access to higher education to college. And so I just want you guys to know that as much as you guys are going to get from us, we're getting a lot back from you guys as well. So I just want to welcome you guys.
My name is CD4. Oh, go ahead. You can go.
Why don't we start with CD?
All right. Well, my name is CD4. I go to Mission High, and I'm planning to attend UC Merced in the fall.
Hi, my name is Danny Corretto, and I attend Mission High School, and I'm planning to go to UC Berkeley.
My name is Sharon, and this is my last semester at City College. I'm transferring to SF State in the fall.
How's it going, everybody? My name is John Searles. I'm a fashion design student here at CCSF. I've been here for about 2 years. My transition was a little rough, but I found my way. I still am. I haven't decided which school I'm going to transfer to, but I'm hoping FIT in New York, so cross my fingers. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Rainer, and I'm from Balboa High School. I'm planning to go to City College this year.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Aura Kushno, and I came to America 2 years ago. So I'm planning to go to City College first, and then I will transfer to UCLA. Okay, that's my plan. Thank you.
And my name is Jose Luis Mejia. I'm a graduate of Balboa High School, and I'm a student here at City College.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. So we thought what would be helpful for those of us who are on this side of the arc is to hear a little bit from each of you, one of two things. So if you're in high school, tell us a little bit about when you knew you were going to be a college student, and what we either did to help or didn't do to help to get you to that point. And if you're in City College, it'd be helpful to hear kind of the similar thing. What got you into City College and what's made it possible for you to stay? So anyone who wants to start is welcome.
Okay, so when I entered to United States, I didn't speak English at all because my first language is Russian and my second language is Hebrew. So I entered into Balboa High School, and then I had this great teacher. His name is Mr. Costanza. So he taught me English. Like, I'm super thankful to him, but I still need to learn English more, so I'm going to City College. But teachers, I think it depends on teachers the way they teach us how to speak correctly. I was super shy when I entered the United States, and I couldn't talk in front of other people. I just couldn't. I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna talk in English because I have so many grammar mistakes, and it's super embarrassing. So that is it.
He's like, oh, we can go now.
Yeah, so I first want to go to City College when my parents say that if you want to choose a college, choose a best college for you. And I thought that City College is like the best place for me right now because I don't really have enough money to go to like UC and stuff. So City College really opens up my doors, and so I decided to go here, and I think it will be a great choice for me. Yeah.
I would have to say, like, I actually didn't think I was college material, just because like nobody in my household went to college, and it just wasn't thought of. It wasn't until like my junior year when all my friends were all focused on it too. So, for example, taking the ACTs and the SATs, that's when it was like, okay, you obviously need to start thinking about this, and so I did. It's still kind of just like shocking to be in college, like when you really realize, oh my gosh, like you're furthering your education. I just thought like maybe after high school that would kind of just be it, and so to see myself here is definitely a blessing.
Was there anything that someone in your high school did to help get over that hurdle for you?
It definitely was. It's actually I took a program called AVID, which I actually lived in Fairfield, so I wasn't in the Bay Area. But it was AVID that I actually started taking in junior year, and so they just really started focusing and doing the organizations into getting into college. So it was just real good. That's where my start came.
So I actually started my freshman year at San Jose State University. It didn't really work out. I had no idea what GE classes were, and I was just taking classes that were probably not even transferable. So after my second semester there, I finally decided, okay, I'm going to come to City College. And coming to City, I've like really learned a lot. I got introduced into the Metro Health Academy program, which has helped me get into a great like little straight pathway to SF State, where I'm going to go in the fall. And one program that really helped me was School to College at Balboa High School. So that was another one. And I also always knew I wanted to go to college. My parents, they did go to college, but they never got a degree or a bachelor's. So they always wanted me to go for a higher education.
Go ahead. We're just...
I can wait.
That's all right. President Rezido, thank you for joining us.
So, when I was I was a college material student. I had to help my family working, and sometimes I had to help them picking up cardboard and delivering newspapers. So, for me, it was kind of helping them in any way to survive in this city. And every night I had to go from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. to pick up cardboard or deliver newspapers throughout San Francisco. So I was just kind of got frustrated and kind of realized that I didn't want to do this anymore and when I'm like 40 years old. So I was thinking of why not go to college and find a new way to help and improve daily lives. So I started joining different programs called Upper Bound, Choral, and so that kind of motivated me, and I wanted to do something and inspire younger generations, and that's how I applied to different schools, and I managed to get into Berkeley with a full ride.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
I kind of always knew that I was college bound. My grandparents and my parents on both sides of my family went to college, except for my father. So it was kind of the next step for me. I don't feel like high school prepared me much. Like, I feel like I had to put in more of the work myself to find stuff to do and like put myself out there more than the school actually offering me programs and such. So in that aspect, I would say high school didn't prepare me for college.
For me, school's never been my strong suit, to be honest. I've generally struggled, and all the way into high school up until around like 11th grade year when I kind of started to change my life around. I'm a son of immigrant parents, you know, and even though they wanted me to go to college, it's different when they don't know how to, when you're told to do something but not known or told how to get there and given the tools to make it to that spot. So for me, I was involved in a lot of like street activity, and I really just woke up when things like friends passing away, friends going to jail, and including my own sister going to jail. I really saw like the power of the influence that I have and others have over in our community, in our families, and that really just woke me up. And then also things like in Balboa, it was all very key moments, key people, teachers like George Lee, Will Cox over there, who Benedicto, who in the beginning of his history class said, you know what, even though our curriculum is a certain way, I'm going to make sure that we touch on a little bit of the history of everyone in this class and how you got here to America. And that really made me see that education could be different. Before that, I wasn't really engaged or interested in I was being taught. But that made a huge difference for me. I'm really happy to know that there's things like ethnic studies now here, which I think are things like that are taking a turn to hopefully engage students and relate to that audience and the people you're teaching. So for me, I still had some bad habits when I came to City College. I was just telling you that when I first came, I wasn't focused. It wasn't my priority. I was working full time. So I struggled, dropped out, messed up my transcript, and I'm now just returning last semester, kind of like here to redeem myself with a whole different mentality. My priority is to help my community. That's what motivates me now, and to make a difference for the youth in the community. So I've been doing youth work since I got out of high school, and that's what's motivating me to move forward.
So I'd love to hear, we only have a few minutes left, if any of you have one suggestion for something that somebody sitting on this side could do differently from what you experienced. You have a unique audience in front of you, and so if you can think about, if high school didn't really help you, is there something we could do as a set of leaders in your community looking to you as the future leaders of our community that would really make a difference to change this trajectory for a lot of your peers and colleagues?
All right, I guess I'll start it off. Well, one is the thing I just mentioned. I think a lot more things like ethnic studies classes are something that is an obvious need. It's already starting to take a turn for the better in that, but I think that we need to make that a standard across the board, something that ninth graders are taught from the beginning. We need to have culturally and linguistically competent teachers. We need to, I think, train our teachers to try to see past just what the things that they have to teach, but try to understand and work with our students to know, learn and understand where they're coming from, and the fact that a lot of our students are stepping in the classroom with a lot of baggage, a lot of trauma, which affects the way that they learn, or if they're even going to learn at all, because some of their situations might be that serious at home that when you get to school, you're not focused. You might be sleep deprived. You might be hungry. And I think that we need to provide services for our students, wraparound services, to support them in these other areas of life which are the basic needs, which we know now and research shows that if you're hungry, if you are worried, or you have to take care of your siblings, and you have these big responsibilities that normally adults have as a child, you're not going to be able to focus in school. So I think that we need to support our students in that way. Outside of the classroom, and then inside the classroom as well, we need to provide a curriculum that's going to engage them.
I would say bring back the fun classes because I was disappointed my freshman year when they didn't have stuff like, I don't know, shop and cooking class and stuff like that. That's what I was personally looking forward to. So bring that stuff back. And teach our teachers, because some of my teachers are terrible.
I would say the same, to bring like the fun classes, because each student, like everyone has to have like the learning education and also the fun time, and that makes the student even better, and they can apply all their knowledge that they have into their fun stuff. That's how I've been going through. Like I'm like learning from high school, learning about math, science, and everything, and I'm right now applying it to architecture. I'm in a program called Build San Francisco, and kind of applying all my knowledge into it. So you should bring like architecture cooking so they can get inspired and use, like there's some students that they ask me like, how am I going to use this knowledge? Like again, like they're learning all the basics, but they don't know how to apply it to the real world. So if you bring the fun stuff, you can like give them the opportunity to see what can they do with the knowledge they have learned from high school.
I would say transition day is really a great thing that we're doing, because I went through the application process and it was a drag. I had to come back to admissions like more than twice, so I feel like having an event like this is great, where we can do all of our admissions and matriculation and counseling all at once, so we don't have to like worry whether or not if we did the right steps or if we messed up, because we would have like professionals here to help us out.
Definitely. I would say more support. I know when I first came here, I actually didn't feel like I had support, and so like that's why I kind of like messed up. And I've been here for like 2 years now, which I should have been done kind of, or finishing up. But I think it was the support though. I just didn't feel that, especially not in my home. And then I came here, and then the counselors, they just kind of felt like you just do this and that's pretty much it, and you shove me away. So definitely more support and more fun classes. I know, for example, I'm a fashion design student, and it sucks that I have to go to either LA or New York to really get that type of an experience like everybody says. And I don't want to do that. I definitely want to make San Francisco a booming place for fashion, and I know that it's going to happen. I definitely have confidence in that. But I just, I wish there'd be more creativity and stuff like that. Music, for example, just, the city is definitely going to come around to that more. And I know technology is definitely getting advanced, so I think they should be pretty much both up there with each other, because, it's definitely happening with careers.
Yeah, I also think similarly to them, bring more fun classes to the school, because like, most of the classes in the school are like teacher-student relate, like they don't really communicate outside of the class. So if we have like more classes like cooking class, you can interact with your teacher and then do practical stuff at the same time. I also think that like more like stricter teacher, like usually there's like a lot of teachers that's like they don't really bring most of the students' ability. So if you have like more stricter teacher, you like student will like realize that they need to bring their best in that teacher's class. So it will improve the grade and stuff.
Some class for international kids, like for example, when I came to America, I didn't know the system, like bachelor degrees, master, PhD. I was like, oh. Because in my country, you study in school and you go straight to university. That's it, you finish. But here you need to get bachelor, master, PhD after school. And this is a big problem for us. We need to learn it. We need teachers to come to us and tell us. Because we cannot actually ask this stuff. Because, for example, when you don't know the system, you think everything is similar that in our country. So you don't really ask about that. You think, oh, the system is similar, so why should I ask? And then you come to realize, oh, now I have to go to City College because I cannot enter to university. I need to finish more English classes because I have only 2 years, I need 4. And this is a big problem for international kids. And if you go to City College, you will see that it's many international kids there, and they're very smart, but they just didn't have opportunity to go to university. Okay, thank you.
Thank you all. We're going to have the rest of the students file in so that we can have them more formal remarks, but I really want to thank all of you for sharing your thoughts. I think there's a few obvious takeaways for us around making classes more interesting and relevant, about making sure we're understanding what's happening inside and outside of the classroom and supporting students, and making sure that we are connecting that to students who are coming from different backgrounds. So all good lessons for us to think about. I appreciate also the fact that what we're doing here today hopefully will make a difference for getting over some of the barriers to get into college. Mr. Mayor, I don't know if you want to share any final thoughts as we let the masses in.
Well, first of all, thank you for including me with all these other prestigious individuals up here. But more importantly, I'm very honored to talk with all of you. You know, as I listened, my immediate impression of all of you is you're going places. I mean, you don't know that now, and maybe you got a lot of doubts. But just listening to you, you're already analyzing what your own life is doing the very first years that you're doing it. That's the beginning. That's the excitement of college. When I was in college, I allowed my mind to float. And I learned things from different teachers because I didn't know what I was going to do. And the chance in college allows you to change and allows you to find out not only what you are, but what you're comfortable with and where you want to build a career. You're already exhibiting that because you know how to analyze. That's the number one thing. And the other thing is you're giving yourself a chance to make choices. There are a lot of people who are not making the choice to go to college. And it's a choice there. Some people say, well, I don't have a choice. I got to do something else because I got to make money. I got all these other pressures I got to deal with. They're setting themselves up for not being able to make a choice. Life is all going to be about choices. And as you proceed to college, you're going to get better at it, and you're going to make better choices for yourself. And then the ultimate is when you start making choices that involve other people. And as the mayor of San Francisco, that's what I'm all about. I'm making choices to lead the city because I've been able to get through the kind of lives that you're about to get in for yourselves. That's exciting. And I really, truly hope that you create that foundation, you keep that confidence there, and then you, I think, make the commitment to yourself that this is all about yourself. This is where you want to do something for yourself to improve it so that you can be part of a community of enlightened people that said, I got this degree, I did it on my own, and I can help other people. That's what it's all about. That's what being part of a great urban society is all about, is you're here because you want to interact with the other people, and your pride and your own experience is going to be exhibited through the choices that you make. Thank you very much for sharing with me.
Okay, so we hope you all stick around, but we're going to transition to the more formal part of the day. Thank you for sharing with us.
I'd like to welcome our Board of Trustees, our administrators, our staff, and of course, we are all here to welcome you, the students, to this very important and exciting day, the very first Frisco Day at City College of San Francisco. Can I hear something exciting about that? Yes. I'm Lori Scolari. I'm the Dean of Outreach and Recruitment at City College, and I'm also the co-lead of the Bridge to Success initiative. The Bridge to Success initiative is a partnership between City College, the City of San Francisco Unified, and San Francisco State. And we are all working together to reach an exciting goal of doubling the number of youth in San Francisco who get a degree or certificate. How many of you are going to get a degree? Raise your hand. Or a certificate. Raise your hand. All right, we should have every hand up in this room. If you're not convinced that you're coming to college, you will be convinced before you leave by the end of the day today, we hope. Okay, so I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm the first in my family to go to college. Is anyone else here the first in their family to go to college? Yeah? All right. So we've got some other students that are like me. So for me, my first year of college was really intimidating for me. I was really overwhelmed. I didn't know how to get the financial support that I needed. My mother never even went to kindergarten, so I couldn't go to my mom for help. So I didn't know where to turn. So my transition from high school to college was really, really overwhelming. So today, we want to make sure that you have a smooth transition to college. So that's why we have created this important day for you, Frisco Day. That first year in college, I had this fear because I felt like I didn't belong. I had this fear that at any moment, somebody would tap me on my shoulder and say, "You don't belong here." And we want to create an environment for you today where you feel comfortable, you feel welcome, and you feel like City College is the place for you, and college is the place for you, period. So Frisco Day is important. There are 4 things we want you to take away from this day. The first is college knowledge. College knowledge. Anyone know what that is? Knowing about college, right? Having an understanding of college? All right. You're already smart. So here's the deal. What we want you to know today is before you leave, we want you to have the knowledge about how to work the system. That's what college knowledge is, okay? It's very confusing. To even enroll in City College, you need to complete 5 steps, right? So we want to get you through the system. We want you to have the knowledge to understand how to maneuver that system. Also, number 2, persistence. We want to connect you with all the student clubs. We have some cheerleaders here in the back. You're going to meet student club organizations today. We want to connect you with all the support programs so that when you actually get here, you know who to talk with to feel comfortable so you can get through and persist through that degree or certificate. Options. We want to make sure that you understand that college is an option for every single person in this room. At City College, we have 100 certificates that can lead you to a career, or associate's degrees that will lead you to what? Transferring to a university. That's right. How many of you are planning to transfer to university? Wow. Almost the entire room. Okay, the 4th item we want you to take away from the day is self-advocacy. Ultimately, you each need to own your own education. So we want to give you the tools for yourself so you can fight for a quality education, and that's what it's all about. When you become a student here, you become active, you can be in a student club, and you can fight for what you believe is right and what you deserve as a quality education. So these are really important 4 takeaways we want you to leave today with: college knowledge, persistence, college options, and self-advocacy. So I really, really struggled through that first year, but I made it. I made it through my bachelor's degree, my master's degree, and I'm now in my final year of my doctorate program. So if I did it, every single person in this room can do it. So don't have a doubt at all. We want you to be convinced that today is the day. We need you to absorb all the information that you can learn from every single person you interact with, because we want you to leave feeling empowered and that college is for you. Okay, City College, we are truly committed to making sure every single person feels welcome here today. And our overarching message to you is you are college material, you are smart enough, and you do belong here. With that, I'd like to introduce you to our Chancellor, Don Griffin, so he can share more about City College's commitment to you. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Thank you, Lori. So, a couple of years ago, I sat down with Unified Schools District, City and County of San Francisco, and we said, how can we change the system in San Francisco so that all of you can have the kind of experience educationally that you need? And we said the only way that we can achieve this is that all the people on this stage have to work together, because the students were telling us, and they have told us here at City College, they tell us in the high school, that we have failed them to a large extent. Why have we failed? Because many of us went to college perhaps or high school too long ago. It was in the 60s, actually, when I was at UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. And so I had to rethink that and say, how confused was I? How complex a system was that? And in fact, when I look back on it, as everyone on this stage will tell you, their first year was confusing. It was maddening. They were experimenting. We were experimenting with a lot more than perhaps you will be experimenting with. But nonetheless, we're here now, and you know what? What's the common thread that connects all of us? College education. Don't be fooled. Don't let anyone tell you that without a college education, everything is fine. We're in America now, we're in an international scene now, that without college education, you're basically not on first base. You're nowhere in this society and going further down. Now, I know you don't want to hear that because people think, well, you know, other people did it. High school would be fine. Maybe even, you know, I can drop out and so forth, and it'll be okay. No, it will not be okay. The okay route is what we have to tell you about. You want to go someplace, your elders, people who have done it, have to tell you the roadmap. You can't invent the roadmap for yourself. It's our obligation to give you that roadmap to success. All of these folks know how to be successful. You can be successful, but it's not just simply based upon wanting it. It's people telling you how to do it. Frisco Day is telling you, here's the first step. But that's not all of it. We've changed our systems. We now talk to each other, we work together, we make sure that we're planning together and giving what you need. Number one, someone said, you can't go to college without help. And that's true. You have to have financial help, you have to have wraparound services, you have to have individual faculty and friends who understand your journey so that you can go along with them in that journey to success. Without all of those things going on, it's very tough for most people. And what happens that's really detrimental for me and for other people is you start thinking inside of your head and thinking, I'm alone. I'm the only one that's experiencing this particular set of problems, and you're not. So when you go to college, like everything else in life, you have to start networking. You have to start networking with your fellow students. You have to talk to them. You have to go up to your instructors and say to them, hey, give me some of your time, I want to talk to you. They will talk to you because at City College, that's what our mission is. Our mission is to help students learn and be successful and to create a teaching environment where that's happening. And my office is open for anybody who, all of you at City College, all 100,000 students, if you will, that if they feel that they're not getting what they need, they can come to my office and talk to me directly. We have set up more than 24 support programs here, from Puente to LSN to APAS, all of the alphabets. It's there to help you individually so that you can be successful. But do not be ashamed to reach out to us, to reach out to the people here for help, because we all reached out in our past for help, and there was someone there to help us. Because I will guarantee you that nobody sitting here would be sitting here if they did not have someone that grabbed their hand and helped them. So college is the first great event of your life. And I think you're probably going to think, no, high school was, or other things and so forth. But college is the great event because it makes a difference in terms of you deciding that you're going to demand from the system what it is supposed to give to you. That's number one. You're going to demand it. And the system must respond. And if it doesn't, there are plenty of us here that's going to force that response. Number two, it's a discovery journey. You're on a journey to discover who you are. And only you can actually do that, because inside there's something waiting to be opened up for you to show the world, for you to share with the world. And every one of you sitting here can be a success story. Every one of you here is a success story, and it's our job for that self-discovery. It's your job when you come out of college to have a better sense of who you are as a person, a better sense of what you want to do. And if we don't help you do those things, then we have not done our job. It's not just about the math and the science and the English and so forth. It is about you. And that's why we have Frisco Day. England had the wedding, and we have Frisco Day. Now, the thing that I want to do is I want to introduce a man who I greatly admire, who has done so many wonderful things here in San Francisco, and who understands education. In fact, early in his career, the mayor was actually a member of the staff, maybe the director, of an Upward Bound program. And the Upward Bound program basically is doing what we're doing today, which is to try to take high school students and get them into college settings in a way that they can be successful. So a number of years ago, he was having his own Frisco experience. And so I want to introduce our mayor, who's doing a terrific job, Mayor Edwin Lee.
Good morning. I am glad to be here as your mayor and also to join this very distinguished panel of people who are joining and utilizing the funding opportunity from the Gates Foundation, working with our school district as well as our community college, and to talk with you today about my own personal experience related to college. Just last month, I had a very special thing happen to me. Somebody that I got acquainted with some years ago came to visit me in the mayor's office, flew all the way out from Brunswick, Maine, the state of Maine. And this gentleman was a high school student that I had recruited when I was in college to be a student at the Upward Bound program that I was counseling at during those summers when I was in college. And I had an interest in that Upward Bound program because of the opportunities that I was very, very lucky to have, being able to go on a full ride to a private college all the way across the United States. I was born and raised in Seattle, and this little college called Bowdoin College had recruited me. And it was kind of funny at the time because they were recruiting all the West Coast. They were looking at me, and of course, you know, obviously I was Asian, and they were suggesting that maybe my strengths were in math and science, and so they gave me a full ride, thinking I was going to do math and science because I'm Asian. And after the first year, where I knew I can do math and science because that was kind of easy for me, but I decided that was my career. I wasn't going to go that route. And I changed my whole career in college, and I had an opportunity to do that because I had a great institution at Bowdoin College to work from. But in the summers, I stayed on the campus. In fact, 3 of the 4 summers I stayed on the college campus because I really liked working in the Upward Bound program, where we were talking to high school kids, and particularly low-income high school kids from Indian reservations in northern Maine, from the French-Canadian border, a lot of kids, minority kids, and they never had a chance for anybody to speak to them about what it was being in a college, and in particular what it was to be even in a very expensive private college. Well, one of those students who I went up back to his house in northern Maine one summer and talked to his parents. He was a kid with 5 siblings. He had brothers and sisters, and he was in the middle. And his father and his mother were saying they couldn't afford for him to go to college. That was not in his future. And it was my opportunity to speak to the mother and father and said, well, give the kid a chance, because what's all your family doing up there? Well, their family was potato farmers. They're planting potatoes their whole lives. That was the generations of that. And if they got a job, their job was car mechanic, working in a restaurant. Well, I worked with this kid, and then he says, well, you got to talk to my parents. So I sat down, talked to his father. He asked me who I was, and I said, well, I'm Ed Lee from Seattle. He says, well, so what do you have, you know, by way of, why would you want me to send my kid to college where he needs money and he needs he needs to be able to have a life of his own. What's college got to do with that? And I said, well, I'm going somewhere. I'm going to be places, and my mind's open, and I think college is a good opportunity for your son to join. Well, after that meeting, and after I tried to make an impression on the parents that it was the right choice to allow his son to make that choice, that father actually told the son, nah, college is not for you. Look at that guy that's trying to talk to me. He's long-haired. I had long hair, that hair down there. You know, he's not even from our state, and he's trying to convince you about a better life. I don't know. That guy's an urban kid. He doesn't know what our lives are. We have to make some money. That was the story he told me. And his dad said, you know, he didn't really make an impression on me. But the son that I talked with said, but he made his own choice. He says, I was convinced from the Upward Bound program that that was something I wanted to pay attention to and did. Well, he flew out last month to visit me when he found out I was mayor of San Francisco, and he came into my office just to thank me after 25 years later. I hadn't seen this guy in 25 years. To say thank you, because guess what? From those Outward Bound programs and the values instilled in me, out of all the 5 kids in my family, I was the first one to graduate from college. My older brother and sister who didn't go to college, they're still working for the car dealership and the car repair. I got a great job, and I can afford to fly out to San Francisco to visit you because I got that kind of income, and I got a family. And my younger brother and sister also, who went to college, they have lives that are better because of college. So I want to share that with you because it's unique in so many ways. But it's a personal story for me, too, because I was able to impact somebody that I didn't know what their lives were going to be about. But we all talked just about college experience and what that means. All of you have in front of you an opportunity that will allow you to make choice. You know, the worst life that people have in San Francisco that I've known are when you don't have a choice in what you want to do or be, that you don't give yourself an opportunity to make a choice. The best lives are reflected in people who have choices to make. And I believe that when you have a college education, and when you complete that, your choices will be numerous about what you want to do. How many of you tweet right now? How many use Twitter? How many use Twitter? Wouldn't you like an opportunity to work for that company as they're headquartered here in San Francisco? That product is made and engineered in San Francisco. When I talked to the owners of Twitter to convince them to stay here in San Francisco, I said, I want those new 3,000 new jobs that they're going to bring to San Francisco in the next 2 years. I want you to have an opportunity, those of you who would like to have an opportunity to work for a company like Twitter, to be here, because they'll recruit from San Francisco, but they won't recruit high school kids. They won't recruit people without the degrees. You have to get yourself set up for that recruitment. So while I'm doing that, I'm talking to you here today. Do the smart thing. Give yourself a choice. The choices that you have in front of you are choices that you make for yourself. You will have a lot of pressures that prevent you, whether it might even be, in the case of the Upward Bound kid, a parent that says you got to make money now. Or it might be a family member that says, can't afford to go to college, you got to spend time here. Or friends that say, what's college all about? There's nothing there for us. You got to think for that moment for yourself. Where's my choice? Can I make better choices? Can I make more choices? That's going to be the foundation that college brings you. So I want to share that with you. I want to share it with you that I said to the students that we talked earlier today that now I get to make choices a lot. Every single day I'm making choices. I'm making decisions. But guess what? It's no longer decisions about myself. I'm making choices and decisions that affect hundreds and thousands of other lives. And I share this moment with you because I care about what you're about to do and the things that you're about to experience. College is wonderful. It's those years when you start thinking about what you want to do, what you're all about, how you melt your culture, how you melt your experience, how you afford to give yourself an opportunity to even change your career. Change it. It doesn't even have to be what it is today. You might want to find out for yourself extra disciplines. You know, the greatest jobs that I've had is when I bring a different experience in. I might have been good in math and science when I started, but people wanted me to become a public servant because I had all these other experiences, being director of public works, being a city administrator, being the director of purchasing, being the director of a human rights commission, and being an attorney that actually sued the city before I worked for it. That's what I used to do. I did not like the city when I started working for it, but I changed. I changed because I knew that I could be responsible for hundreds of other lives and make sure that their lives were improved by the work that I do in city government. You have an opportunity to improve your life, give yourselves a foundation, get that college degree, get focused, and then the best job is the jobs where you can help other people change their lives for the positive. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Richard Carranza, Deputy Superintendent of San Francisco Unified School District. Let's give him a warm welcome.
All right, is the class of 2011 in the house? Oh, that's pretty weak. Let's try it again. Class of 2011, are you in the house? I just saw somebody from the class of 2010 that said that's weak. Class of 2011, are you in the house? All right, that's better. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to just say a few remarks, and then we have a video. Our superintendent couldn't be here today, but he recorded a video for you that we want you to see. Before I do that, you know, being in a room full of San Francisco Unified School District students, you're my peeps. This is what it's all about. We feel at home, right? I want you to look at everybody that's on stage here today and think about the words of Chancellor Griffin, think about the words of our mayor, and think about, you haven't heard from everybody up here, and then I want you to think about the teachers and the administrators and all of the support staff at your school. Every one of those folks has lived every reason that you have for not going to college. They've lived it, yet they've gone to college. So the message here today, I'm not going to talk a lot. The message here today is you can go to college, and you need to go to college. And I'll tell you why you need to go to college, because when the mayor says that Twitter wants to hire people that live in San Francisco, he's absolutely right. But he doesn't want to hire folks, and they're not going to hire folks that don't have a college degree. And if you think you can't do it, you can do it. Because I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing, because I'm the son of a sheet metal worker. I should be on a roof somewhere installing sheet metal, because that's what my dad did, right? I shouldn't have gone to college, but I went to college. And I'm no smarter than any of you. In fact, I'm going to work for many of you one day, I bet, right? Is that right? So what if I told you right now I'm going to give you $1 million? How many of you are up for $1 million? Oh, yeah, right? Okay. We're not going to give it to you just yet. There's always a catch. Here's the catch. The difference in a lifetime of earnings between somebody that gets a high school diploma and gets an advanced college degree is about $1 million. So you may think that right now, I've got to work, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I don't have time for college. You will earn $1 million more over the course of your lifetime, and we all got to work, by going to college, right? So what I want you to think about today is the very first day of that $1 million paycheck, right? We're going to get paid. You have to go to college. That's how you earn that check. So I want to thank you for being here today. I want to thank all the staff from the school district that's here, all the staff from City College, everybody from the mayor's office. Thank you very much for making this day possible. I want you to take advantage. I want you to fill out those forms. I want you to know what it's going to take to go to college, because we want you to go to college. And with that, I'd like to introduce two very impressive gentlemen who also have lived every reason not to go to college. One of them is somebody that was just on stage with us, Jose Luis, who's now here at City College, paving the way for folks. And the other is your superintendent, Carlos Garcia, who, by the way, also grew up with no reason to go to college and now has done what he's doing. So we're going to all kind of step off stage so that you can see this video. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Hello, I'm Jose Luis Mejia, and I'm a graduate of Balboa High School, and I'm a current student at City College.
My name is Carlos Garcia. I'm the superintendent of the San Francisco Unified School District.
And we're here today to talk about Frisco Day and some of the opportunities that you need to be taking advantage of to help you succeed in college. And I understand that you were the first in your family to go to college?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I had two older brothers, but all of us were the first because our parents didn't really have a formal education. They migrated to the United States. My dad, had only an 8th grade education. My mom only finished elementary school. So they didn't really know anything about college. It wasn't like they could help us much with it. We were really lucky that we had counselors and different people who just tapped us on the shoulder and said, have you guys ever thought about going to college or be doing something? And that was the first time we ever heard of that. We didn't really know what you had to do. And luckily, these people believed in us more than we believed in ourselves. So this woman, Helen Monahan at Banning High School in LA, said, you're going to make it. You're going to be successful. And it's never been easy because life's full of a lot of challenges. I understand that you've had some struggles in terms of, making a decision of having a family and then having to go back to work and still go to school. So how's that working out for you?
Well, yeah, I mean, school's never been easy for me. It's never been my strong suit, to be completely honest. I also similarly to you, had to work while I was going to high school and try to support my family, my mother and my grandmother. So I had a ton of excuses, and I certainly did use them. But now I'm at a different stage in life. I also have a daughter who just turned 2, and I know I need to get a degree in order to get that job that I want, in order to provide and in order to set that example as well for her and the rest of my family and community. So I'm trying to take advantage of the resources that exist, connecting with mentors, being involved in programs like Puente that connect you with mentors, counseling. You're with a group of students for a year, so you get to really build a sense of community, help each other out, study, pretty much keep tabs on each other to make sure that we're all moving forward and doing what we have to do. There's a lot of programs like Student Supporting Students where you'll go in there, you'll see somebody who looks like you and is also a student, and it'll help you, learn the ropes to get where you need to get. And things like the Latino Service Network, tons of tutoring for anything that you might be facing. So taking advantage of what's out there is something that's really been helpful to me, and not being shy to ask questions, ask for help when I need it. Is I think one of the biggest things that I'm learning right now.
Back in the day, we didn't have a Frisco Day. We didn't know anything that you get financial aid, or if you were undocumented, what do you do? Here's an opportunity to not use those as excuses, because we all have more than enough excuses of why we can't do things. Of course you can do this. If you're undocumented, you can still go to college. If you don't have money, you could still go to college. There's ways here. There's going to be people who could give you ideas of financial aid, how to take loans out, whatever. But don't use that as an excuse to prevent you from going on with the rest of your life and being successful.
We want to definitely just encourage all of you out here to take advantage of all the opportunities at Frisco Day. Like Carlos was saying, don't be shy. Any question is a good question. There's no such thing as a dumb question. Really take advantage. And I'm going to be there too at City College, so come talk to me as well.
Yeah, we're all there to support each other, so come on. And for those friends of yours that didn't show up today, hey, do us a favor. Please pass the word on to them. The job for all of us is to raise everybody up. Our tide needs to come up for everybody. And that's just about you or me or him. It's about everybody and all the young people who have such potential. If we get everybody to go to college, just think what kind of world we could live in. A lot smarter world where people are going to be better to solve the problems that my generation messed up on. But it's your turn now. So step on up and get here and take advantage of Frisco Day. And above all, have a great time and meet a lot of new people. Thanks.
SF Gov TV, San Francisco Government Television.